Our next recipe is the Ube Coconut Cheesecake Donut, composed of an ube cake donut and a cheesecake filling. So for this, we will not be using a stand mixer. Instead, we'll just use a wire whisk, wooden spoon, and our mixing bowl. So for the cake donut, we need the flour, we have here sugar. So we'll just be combining all our dry ingredients first. We have our baking powder, salt. Okay, so we'll use a wire whisk or a rubber scraper to combine all our dry ingredients. Now, this recipe uses the DLA ube filling and topping and the DLA ube coloram. Now, if you don't have the DLA ube filling and topping, you can also use ube halaya. Okay, so next is we create a well at the center of our bowl, just like this, and then slowly add our milk. This is Caneprole full cream milk. We have here vegetable oil. Do not use canola oil, or else it will affect the flavor of your donut. We have here the ube coloram. So ube coloram is actually an ube, it's like an extract. So it gives you flavor and color. Now, to enhance the flavor and color of our ube cake donut, we will be adding some violet food color. And then we have here our the ube filling and topping from DLA. Okay, so we'll just mix our ingredients until they are incorporated. So this is a very easy recipe that you can actually make ahead of time. The cake donut itself is really moist. Plus the addition of the cheesecake filling makes the donut even better. Okay. So just until smooth. So just mix this until smooth, and then we have here egg. 1 piece of whole egg. I'm using a large egg for this recipe. And then to enhance the color of our ube donut, we'll add in some violet food color. So that's around 1 teaspoon. So we'll set this aside, and then we'll mix our cheesecake filling for our ube donut. For our cheesecake filling, we need a cup of the Swiss Valley cream cheese, which is softened. So we'll cream this using a wooden spoon. So it's really good to use like a softened cream cheese instead of the ones that's directly from the refrigerator. So what you do is take the box out for about an hour or two before you actually start preparing your filling, just so it's easier to mix other ingredients. So we have added our sugar. And we have here 1 piece of whole egg. So it's really quick and easy to do. Just gonna try to scrape this off. Now if you have a hand mixer, you can also use a hand mixer for this, but for the sake of those who doesn't have a mixer, I'm gonna show you how to, this is how I'm gonna make my donut without a mixer. Just use a spoon, wooden spoon or a wire whisk. Okay, so continue mixing this until you don't see any lumps of the cream cheese. So this is already smooth. Now let's prepare our makeup for the donut. So we will need a donut pan, and we'll need to put this both the ube mixture and the cream cheese mixture into a piping bag. For our ube coconut cheesecake donut, the pan that we will be using is actually a silicone mold na donut pan. Now, there are also other donut pans available. There's also like the aluminum or the non-stick. You can also use them. So for pan preparation, I have here oil spray. So just, okay. If you don't have the oil spray, what you can use is actually just butter. You can spread a thin layer of butter into each of the cavity of the donut pan. So first is, I have here our ube cake donut filling. Batter, and then we'll have to fill at least around 1/3. Okay, you can also use like squeeze bottle for this. After we fill our donut mold with our ube donut cake batter, we'll have to put in our cheesecake filling. Pipe it into our ube cake donut mixture. So one recipe of the cheesecake filling actually yields around 12 donuts. Okay, so we will bake this in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes. So we have here our cooled ube cake donut. Next is we will prepare the glaze. So for this you need the following. You need confectioner's sugar. You also need fresh milk, or you can just use water if you want. We have melted butter. We have the DLA ube coloram and a violet food color. So what we will do now is we will make a well at the center of the bowl. and then put in butter, milk. I usually put half of the milk first and adjust it later on. We have the coloram, the Ube coloram from DLA. So all of these products can be bought from your global Pacific distributors across the country. And then we have here the violet food color. Okay. So we will use a whisk. And we will adjust the consistency of our glaze with the milk that we have here. So you want this icing glaze to be a little bit on the runny side instead of the thicker side. So I think we still need to put more. Look, it's still a little bit on the thick side. Okay, we'll add the rest of the milk. Okay, so we'll mix this until we create a smooth mixture, and then we'll dip our donuts in this glaze and let it rest for a little bit before we dredge it in desiccated coconut. Okay, so this is now your ube donut glaze. Okay, now we have here our donut. We'll glaze it into, we'll put it on the ube glaze we prepared. And then let the glaze drip over the cooling rack. So we'll do that for the rest of the donuts we have. So actually the batter, the donut batter, you can create, like for this recipe, you can make around 14 to 15 pieces of donut. So this donuts have been resting for about 5 minutes. In this bowl, we have a combination of desiccated coconut and unsweetened coconut flakes. Now, if walang coconut flakes, you can also use just regular desiccated coconut. So what you do is get this donut and dredge it into our coconut. So the reason why we have to rest it first is so it's not so messy when you dredge it in coconut. You have to let the glaze set a little bit before you put them in coconut, or else your coconut will catch all the glazes. Okay, so there. So one hand picks up the donut and the other hand tosses the donut in coconut. It's the same principle you apply when you do your fried chicken. One picks up the chicken from the eggs when you coat them in eggs, and then the other hand you use it for dredging the chicken in flour. Okay. So guys, there you have it, our ube coconut cheesecake donut using the DLA ube filling and topping, DLA ube coloram, and the Swiss Valley cream cheese.